and he's a narcissist. Most men are narcissists, psychopaths, and sociopaths. And what does that mean? It means they're deeply insecure.
It's because I'm a man and I tell you
Oh my God.
what I like.
See, this
you
is
a
narcissistic and y'all don't even see it.
Oh, so
He's taking control and making it about him again.
So you don't want a man that's in control. That's what you're saying.
You got some narcissistic men that will intentionally try to hurt you and disrespect you just to see how you're going to respond.
Team Jackson, what's happening? So I've been asked quite a few times to speak on narcissists, or guys who suffer from narcissistic personality disorder.
It's me. I'm niggas.
Which is something you have to be diagnosed with by a psychiatrist. However, these guys tend to not think anything's wrong with them enough in order to get diagnosed, and for the few who do, they've already done quite a bit of damage on the women who have tried to love them.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh man. Oh.
So as a woman, it's in your best interest to know what symptoms to look for, because regardless of a diagnosis, those symptoms can still have long-term negative effects on you.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody.
I'm pretty sure you guys have saw a trend here on my page where when I try and explain something, I try and get other black women to explain it for me. So hopefully they would receive it better. So with this narcissist and narcissistic personality disorder conversation, I found another educated black woman to explain this to us. And I'm going to let her explain it to you. And I want you to see the faces on the panel from the black women when she starts explaining narcissistic personality disorder and narcissists. Here we go.
Of us who are more familiar with narcissism, you can also explain the difference between narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder.
Okay.
So I'll throw it to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to do that. And thank you for having me on the show. And I'd like to start.
Before we start, this is the show, The Grapevine. They removed most of their videos off of their platform because they stopped making content. But back in 2013, 14, this used to be one of the most toxic spaces in the world for black men.
And I'm of the belief that most, if not many, black men are born into misogyny. And you laughing, but I'm dead serious. And at the end of the day, until that behavior is unlearned, you're going to be trash to me. Every time, like there have been instances where a story of a woman is comes out. Here goes a black man. Instead of defending your sister, well, I just think she shouldn't have been there. Why was she wearing that? Some of y'all bitches need to learn how to give out your numbers, be more pleasant.
Smile.
At the end of the day, smile.
Even, or is she telling the truth?
Right.
Yeah. What was she wearing?
You know, and it's no like, and there are things like that. Like if I'm walking down the street, you don't know what I'm going through that day. I'm a family member might have died. I might have been slapped by somebody, and you just see me. You should smile more, baby. Excuse me, sir. You are trash. Get out my face.
I really think that I don't bash men saying that y'all ain't shit because y'all really aren't shit. But
which is why when we talk about like, oh, women ain't shit either. Absolutely, there's nobody that is free from fuckery. Like everybody has their own version of it. However, because power leans towards men, the way that men act has an effect on our society. And if we cannot hold men accountable, and we could talk and we try to distract by saying that women ain't shit, you don't fix anything. All you do is distract away from the situation of how you behave and how you act. Because you know that if you have to give that up, that means you don't have a power that you think you deserve.
So the response of, well, we're all trash, so why are you putting this on us? I think it's problematic because what it does is it diminishes and it silences the lived experiences of women, of oppression towards women. And no, it doesn't make sense to say we're all trash because women cannot systematically oppress men. So actually, no, women are not trash.
Actually, no, women are not trash. Actually, no, women are not trash.
And I don't fully understand why men men continue to take the men are trash sentiment so personally.
What?
And I don't fully understand why men continue to take the men are trash sentiment so personally.
I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
They hated black men on this platform. So for her, this educated black woman, mental health professional, for her to come on here and say what she's about to say, they were pissed off. So let's continue.
Start out by explaining narcissistic personality disorder is extremely rare and should be diagnosed by a licensed clinical mental health professional.
Did you hear what she said? It's extremely rare.
And in order to be diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, that a person must have at least 5 of the 9 characteristic traits. One of the things that should also be noted is that with narcissistic personality disorder, it's a characterological disorder, which means that it's across all works of life. So it's going to show up in work, it's going to show up in your personal life, it's going to show up at school, it's going to be consistent everywhere that person goes, where they're going to have an exaggerated sense of self-importance, entitlement.
Look. So basically what she's saying is that if somebody is really diagnosed with NPD, it's not just going to show up in relationships, specifically with black women. It's going to show up in all walks of their life. Just because a man ghosted you, that doesn't mean that he's a narcissist. Let's continue. She pissed.
They're going to be preoccupied with thoughts of success, power, beauty, want excessive admiration from others, and believing that they are special or unique, or that no one else can identify with them. And again, the hallmark, of course, is the lack of empathy, being envious of others, showing up as arrogant, and also, using others for personal secondary gain. So that means that they're going to exploit people for their own personal needs. Yeah. Narcissism is different, and it's often a word that's overutilized today.
You hear what she said? Let's go back. Let's listen to that one more time.
Often a word that's overutilized today to imply.
She just said it. She said it's overutilized today. People don't know what that actually means. There you go. And like I said, this is a black woman. It's not me. Let's continue.
That someone is a jerk to me, or someone is very entitled, or they lack empathy in a relationship that's usually specific to you and maybe a small cluster of other people is usually what we see.
All right. So there you have it. But one thing she didn't do is go over the numbers, but I got y'all covered. All right. So this is from Psych Central. What is narcissistic personality disorder? NPD is a formal condition listed in the reference guide that therapists use to make mental health diagnosis, called the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders. It's pretty much, if you're in the health field, it's called the DSM-5. Let's go here. What is narcissism? 2 different things. So, narcissism refers to a sense of self-importance. It can be seen as a personality trait that most people live with to some degree. This trait, as any other trait, exists on a spectrum from positive to negative. That's what they're basically saying. At one end of the spectrum is what some refer to as healthy narcissism. This is considered a positive sense of self, often associated with the greater good, right? Individuals with healthy self-image can balance high self-esteem with pro-social behaviors that nurture reciprocal and relational dynamics, right? So there are some healthy forms of narcissism, which we all typically have, right? And these are just the different common types of narcissists. It's overt narcissist, which is basically a person that displays the most of the traditional narcissistic traits. Covert aka insecure or vulnerable narcissist. Communal narcissist is someone who appears selfless and generous with their time, money, and resources. They are likely to be very active in charities or other good causes, but use these roles to promote themselves, form a favorable impression, or create a reputation for being a good person. Then you have the malignant narcissist, has traits of symptoms of both narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. Healthy narcissist is the one that I mentioned before. It describes people with high self-esteem, along with other NPD traits that do not interfere or cause problems in their lives or relationships. So 4 different ones, right? So let's go here. These are the 9 traits to NPD. So in order to be diagnosed with NPD, you need to have 5 of these present, right? So here we go. Somebody mentioned, who was in the comments? The grandiose, there you go, exaggerated sense of self-worth, dreaming and fantasizing of success without any movement towards it, wholeheartedly believes they are unique. Sounds familiar, right? And I got something else for you. And overwhelmingly need to be admired. That's admiration. And then entitlement, expects favorable treatment. Some of these sound familiar to a group of people that we know. 6 is exploitative, will manipulate and take advantage of others. Lack of empathy, uncaring for the feelings of others. 8, envious, believes people are envious of them. 9, domineering, can come across as very arrogant. So these are the actual numbers. This is from September 2022. Experts estimate that up to 5% of people have this personality disorder. And they're talking about NPD. Research has shown that men tend to have a disorder more commonly than women, with one study showing 7.7% of males in the general population are narcissists, compared to 4.8%. But the overarching number that we should be focused on is 5% of the population. So if you hear women out there on these podcasts and on, these platforms stating that every man that they've dated in their past was a narcissist, that's amazing. That these women were able to encounter so many narcissists just by them dating them alone. That's amazing. That's almost absurd. So yes. But look, somebody said that's describing modern women to a T. Do you guys know what the top 15 female narcissistic traits are? Luckily, you have me here to explain them to you. Number 1, let me know if this sounds familiar. Number 1, being self-centered or self-absorbed. Who that sound like? Number 2, never admitting fault. Lack of accountability. Who does that sound like in these spaces? What gender does that sound like? I don't know. You guys tell me. Number 3, pettiness and inability to see the bigger picture. Delusion. Number 4, obsession with social status. Oh my goodness. Does that sound like social media? Which is number 5, addicted to social media. So when these new numbers for narcissists and NPD come out, you can definitely see a change. Number 6, exploitative of others. Number 7, being overly vain. Selfies. This is funny. Number 8, using sex appeal to coerce. OnlyFans. Number 9, seeming insecure, shy, or reserved. That's a one-off. I give him that. Number 10, sensitive and reactive. Number 11, dependency or neediness. Number No, this is funny. Y'all go flip out when you hear this one. Number 12, playing the victim card. Whew. Number 13, passive aggressive and manipulative. 14, bullying or being a mean girl. Sheesh. Number 15, instability in work life or relationships. I hate to laugh, but I'm not even gonna say who that remind me of, but I'm pretty sure we get the picture, right? Lord have mercy. So only 5% of the population is diagnosed with NPD, and 7.7% of men have NPD. And I'm gonna tell you like this: the majority of that is, I'm pretty sure, is not black men. All right, so let's move forward. The Quiet Storm said, "I call that batting 1,000." My goodness. Okay, y'all know I had a great time reading that. Go ahead and make sure you click that link, get you some Teej Hanley, and support the Medium Man YouTube channel, and also support Teej Hanley.